The name is Nkonge Kibalama. I'm currently the president of National Unity Platform, a party that has existed for the last 16 years, sometime last year in August. That's when we tried to change the name of the political party so that we shorten the name in order for people, villagers, to be able to pronounce the name, and instead of calling it N.U.P, which is National Unity, Reconciliation and Development Party, we shortened it to National Unity Platform, which is the N.U.P. That was to help our people on the grassroots to be able to grasp the name of the political party. We held a meeting of 41 members when we were changing that party from UNRP to NUP. So we invited the 41 members. That didn't please some of our other members. So some of those other members decided to take matters to court. As we speak now, the matter is before court, but much as the matter is still before court, we had already took a change of mind that we shouldn't really cope up with these young men because they have not fulfilled all the promises that we had made to affect their changes. We formed the party far back in 2004 without knowing whether Kyagulanyi would ever come on board, whether they would come on stage or whatever it is. So we formed a political party and we've been running it on our own without anybody's funding. Without funding from government. But of course when someone comes up, turns up with an offer of something, you know, as good as $5 million US, any individual would go in for the same. That's how we fell into the trap. It was a good promise, we hoped so. And then of course we had not worked with this group, we wouldn't know them until we get closer to them and we say, hey, what's this? We are messing up our party. If we didn't bring in this people power group, the party would be still flourishing very well and without incidents or complaints. But along the way you make a mistake and sometimes you want to rectify it. At times you may succeed in rectifying such mistakes. Sometimes that becomes very difficult. Formerly I had promised a lot of pleasantries, including the commercial enterprises that had been registered and were awaiting licensing or authorization. But they promised me that since they were coming in power, they could be able to license most of my enterprises. The Export-Import Bank of Uganda Limited, Capital Free Trade Zone, and many others. So when they gave us very good promises, we chose to take them on, hoping for that good offers to come our way. For example, we had an expectation of about $5 million. That when their sponsors finally bring in this money, through whatever source I don't know, that these people would be able to give us $5 million. It was not documented. but you have a mutual understanding that this money will be passed on to us if we give them a leeway to contest through our political party. So we agreed that we give them the political party, we give them the platform, and they will be there to cooperate with us in many ways. They promised positions, various positions, to be holding powerful positions within the political party, and that at the end of it, we have that $5 million to assist us in our commercial dilemmas. So we agreed in principle. We think the promise of that good amount of money was quite a good one. So we agreed, we went in a venture. But eventually when we took on that venture, we thought it could materialize very well. We took step after another, one after another, hoping that these people would expedite the payment of the $5 million. But up to the time when we were not seeing that money, it became a problem. We had also to change our mind. And they say this is probably a bad deal. We shouldn't have gone in it. Definitely we shouldn't have gone in it. Because even administrative-wise, when you look at political parties or offices, if I nominate someone to stand in a certain area of these electoral processes, and someone does not honor, my appointment, so that it shows you the type of people we've been dealing with until when time came, and we thought we should continue with this kind of process. So you find that it's totally useless to work with such a group or team. So we gave up that idea.
Yeah, my name is Asimbwa Paul Nagombe, 39 years of age. I was a Secretary General of National Unity Platform before the new leadership of Kyagulanyi came in, and I participated in the processes that transpired to reach a consensus with people power to work together with us. And having been a Secretary General from 2017 to 2019, around 2019, I happened to be the custodian of all the party documents and records. We were reached sometime by the People Power team when they expressed interest to work with us. Theirs was a pressure group which wasn't registered in the fraternity of the political parties, and they could not really participate fully as they wished. And having tried all areas in the established political parties and they failed, they came to us. Of course, they came with promises, even on earth, that if we worked together with them, we would reach somewhere. However, things started not moving well, though this marriage has not taken quite a long time. There were a number of things that didn't augur well as far as the MOU that we had with them is concerned. And being the senior administrative secretary, And having been an active Secretary General in this formation, I tried to guide how we are supposed to be moving, but there were a lot of lapses. And I could always draw back, ask these people, are we really moving towards attaining the power that we need? Because we assume the government hasn't worked well, and we want to make a new formulation. What are we going to do if we can't even manage our internal things rightly? We have a guiding tool, which is the party constitution, which I believe has been abrogated in the shortest possible time that we have been moving with them. They promised us that they would give us a lump sum of $5 million US. That is when the money comes from their donors, because they have funders from outside sources. And this has not come to pass, and it is not even talked about in the line of discussion. But what is quite disturbing is basically the internal mechanism. Because when this political party that I was the Secretary General to, the party had its objectives and the ways of how we wanted it run. But when you look at how things are done by the people we merged with, you terribly get to understand that we can't really attain the objectives of National Unity Platform as to why it was formed. So this is why we thought otherwise. A lot was promised, gentlemanly, and every single time they could say it is about to happen. The money is going to come, the money is going to come, the money is about to come, and the money is not going to, it's not coming. And actually, you see, people may receive it in a bad faith. We need to package this well. The issue here is not about the money per se, because this is a political party which was formed with objectives. Okay? If the money hadn't come and the internal mechanism is running as per the agreement that we had made, the issue of money wouldn't be coming out so loud. Because somebody might hear about this and they say, hey, so it is about money. No. It is all about creating sanity. It's all about, they promised, but this is why we speak with confidence that we have the mandate to withdraw the MOU, because it has not worked. We have a clear conscience, we understand what we are doing, we have not been forced, and we are willing to cooperate in the interest of sanity to iron out the differences that we have, because we have realized clearly that we can't move with the other side for the basic reasons that I've outlined to you. There's no transparency, activities that are conducted are covertive. So when we are running a political party, we are supposed to be guided by the formation of the law of the land, that is the Constitution of Uganda. We have an act, that is the 2005 Political Party and Organizations Act, which clearly guides how political parties are supposed to run their activities, and even the internal mechanism, which is the platform constitution. So when you look at someone who tries to avert, so that is basically what has happened between the time we merged with the people power to date. It is not about owning, because the political party doesn't belong to an individual. The political party belongs to the nation. It is an entity which can't be owned by one person. However, if you move well with the constitution of that political party, anybody can become a president. That is if you followed the law outrightly. And in that effect of changing leadership, there are no questions. There are no questions, because whatever that was done we followed what the constitution says of the party. When you reach the agreement to that magnitude, automatically these are matters of national concern. We cannot try to play upon Ugandans in the name of negotiating again to mend the ties that we could have done according to how we negotiated. So here we are taking up a decision to retain our party because we didn't sell the party to them, as it was so claimed. We don't have any agreement that the party was sold to them, and in violation of the MOU that we signed with them, which is the binding document, we cease to be a party to them. We don't demand them now of their people power, they can move with their people power. Every time you receive calls threatening you, why didn't you? But of course, we are trying to manage the situation by not retaliating so much. We don't have to, we are trying to manage it in a way that we don't show up ourselves. So it is really a threat. We are giving them a chance. We are being too civil. We try to tell them, please, you are coming to convince Ugandans to give you the high offices. But if you can't really be civil, then we have a problem. So, decision taken, we want to run our party according to the objectives to why it was formed.
So, we got reports about the former party president with the National Unity Platform, N.U.P Kibalama. We understand that his house was surrounded by security and all of that. We are still trying to understand the situation. However, there's something developing again that is raising concern from our end. So the other day we were in court, of course, Mzee Kibalama, former Secretary General of the party, Paul Kagombe, they all saw affidavits giving evidence to court saying, look, the party for starters was founded properly, legally, it changed the name legally, all the returns were filed with the Electoral Commission, which approved and stamped, and also the Delegates Conference was held legally, and the Electoral Commission received and approved all those documents, and everything was all right. But then, as our lawyers were in court, there was another lawyer that walked in saying, I have another affidavit from Mzee Kibalama and Paul Kagombe, who was the Secretary General, and the affidavits were saying, no, things were not passed legally, and all of that. And the judge also got confused. The judge said, wait a minute, you people, this is not a theater. We have affidavits showing these people saying everything happened legally. So now where is this coming from? Where are these people? Little wonder the judge actually threw out the request of state to injunct to stop all the activities of N.U.P. because the judge could clearly see there was a lot of drama. So what we are trying to understand, and we are investigating, because again previously Mzee Kibalama said there were people following him, threatening him and so on. Is all of this a state machinery and tactic to try and cause him to rescind what he has said before, to change his views about the entire legal process? Is money involved? We're still trying to understand these things, you know, and we might not be surprised if tomorrow Mzee Kibalama and perhaps Paul come out and say different things altogether, either under duress or I don't know, other factors that might be involved, because the state keeps trying, you know, machinations here and there. But we are observing, we are still investigating these matters. We have yet to hear from these our comrades. Their phones have been off all this while. We don't know where they are. We sent teams to the home. The home is guarded by state security. They are not there. So we are still trying to understand. But good enough, as far as we are concerned, we have all the legal, you know, backing on our end. All the required documents, we do have them. But also the affidavits and evidence, and they have been on camera severally, clearly stating how everything happened according to the law. and how the delegates conference happened within the law, how the change of the party name change happened within the law, and returns were filed with the Electoral Commission, which Electoral Commission approved because everything happened legally. So if there's any drama that the state is trying to play, it's too late, unfortunately for them. It's too late for them to do anything. They have really covered themselves when it's already morning. You know, when you go to bed in the night and then you forget to cover yourself, you're meant to wake up at 6 a.m. Then at 5:30 is when you remember to cover yourself when it's too late. So the state really is covering themselves when it's too late. Whatever they try and do, it's too late for them. N.U.P is here, it is firmly on ground, it is growing stronger by the day. Nothing is going to deter us. Nothing, really nothing. Hatiya, it is over. Ashima abanyangoli nabona ba N.U.P banya. Kale katutambuluka namweno. Olako lwaleero twafunyeyo kwa ripota okuveewa munaffe yali omukulembeze w'ekibiina kyaffe N.U.P Kibalama ategeddeko nti security basazeeko ewuwe tugezaako bitegeera ki ekigenda mu maaso. Jo juzi musango gwabadde mu kooti, of course Muzeeyi Kibalama ne yali secretary general Paul Kagombe basayininga affidavit obujulizi obuweebwa kooti nti ekibiina kiriwo mu mateeka, delegates conference yaliwo mu mateeka, erinnya lyakyusibwa mu mateeka, era byonna ne babiteekayo mu kakiiko k'ebyokulonda ne kakkiriza ne kastampinga buli kimu kitambudde mu mateeka. So kati mulamuzi yali ali awo ate looyo omulala najja n'agamba nina obujulizi obulala okuva ewa Muzeeyi Kibalama ne Paul Kagombe yali secretary general, ate bagamba nti ebintu tebyatambula ng'amateeka bwe gagamba. Omulamuzi naye ne bimusobola n'agamba mu bantu mmwe tetwagala muzannyo wano, eno kooti tuli serious, waliwo obujulizi already ate kati bino bivuddewa. Ene n'omulamuzi era n'agaana state yali yagala nti bayimirize emirimu gya N.U.P gyonna omulamuzi okukusaba n'akugoba kubanga alaba akavuyo kayitirivu. Ate bwe tuwulira nti security yasazeeko ewa Muzeeyi Kibalama, juzi yali atubuulira nti bamugoberera aba security naki. Kati ffe tusuubira nti gavumenti erina akazannyo kegezaako okuzannya, oba kubatiisatiisa oba kubiteekamu na ssente. Tukyanoonyereza munnaye, tetwagala kusala musango kaakano, naye tukyanoonyereza okutegeera ki exactly ekigenda mu maaso, kubanga bannaffe bano Muzeeyi Kibalama ne Paul Kagombe yali secretary general, amasimu tegaliiko, ewaabwe tebaliiyo. Tugezaako okunoonyereza naye tuyinza kiyinza okubeerawo enkyate ntulaba nga abakulu bano bakubya olukuŋŋaana ne boogera birala. Kiyinza okubeerawo kubanga gavumenti mwattu eri kumagwa yafuna dda akatengo, so bagezaako otusala speed, bagezaako okukola ebyekiyayi bye bakola nga bakwata emmundu ne baziteeka mu lumu yawo Kyagulanyi nga bazze bakola ebintuntu bingi. Kati nekino oyinza okusanga nga bagezaako batiisatiisa oba okukola ki. Naye gavumenti munnaye obuzibu bwe buli nti batuuse leeti, obujulizi bwonna tubulina, ebiwandiiko byonna n'akakiiko ebyokulonda kastampinga byonna biri approved. So bino bye bagezaako okukola beekwata ku busubi, batuuka leeti. Ensonga zonna zitambula bulungi, N.U.P eri ku mulamwa ogw'amateeka. So bino byonna bye bagezaako okukola kiringa okwebika nga bwakedde dda nti wagenze mu buliri ssaawa 3 ez'ekiro olina kuzuuka 12, naye ate n'ojjukira nga bulayi dakika 10 okuwera 12 nti bannaye nasuze seebase ne weebika. Kati gavumenti mwatu kyegezaako okukola beebisse nga bwakedde dda, bye bakola byonna balinga abasiba ensaano ku mazzi.